ratings-wise, of course, Sprinter Sacre was allocated, I think, the highest rating, 188 he got on the Anglo-Irish Jumps classifications. But there is some news of some change in terms of how the ratings are worked out, both sides of the Irish Sea. To tell us more, the BHA chief handicapper Phil Smith is going to join us on the telephone right now. Good morning, Phil.
Good morning, Tony.
Now, just let us know what the latest news is on these ratings and how they're assessed. What's the unification going to be?
I have no idea what you're talking about. There's been absolutely no change. We're handicapping them the same way as we've done for the last 14 years.
So the Anglo-Irish rating of Sprinter Sacre, 188, yep, is the allocation to be given. That's the highest the horse has had for how long? Well,
we started our classifications jointly with the Irish in 1999-2000, and he's the highest 2-miler and the highest 2.5-miler that we've had in that time.
That's amazing, isn't it? I mean, 180 is a very high rate. So there's not going to be any changes there in terms of how they're reached. Obviously, that's going to continue.
No, we have 2 meetings a year. I mean, we're obviously phoning and emailing all the time, but we have 2 sort of conferences per year. One in February, and we had one a couple of weeks ago, where we get together with my team of handicappers and Noel O'Brien representing the Irish, and we thrash out all of the horses rated above 140, and we come to an agreed figure with them.
OK, and obviously, how in terms of allocating that figure, obviously Sprinter Sacre, you obviously look at the horses he's beaten, and obviously, in terms of trying to gauge how good he is, it's difficult, isn't it? Because he's been beating sort of the same horses throughout his career. I mean, Sizing Europe is obviously the benchmark you've been using.
Absolutely, and he's absolutely hammered Sizing Europe at Cheltenham, beaten by 19 lengths, with Wishful Thinking third, another 6 lengths behind. I mean, we've got Wishful Thinking on 160, and we used him as our sort of marker horse in the race. He's relatively consistent. We've got him performing to around the 160 mark on 3 occasions through the year. So we took the view that he'd performed to that. And he's 25 lengths behind Sprinter Sacre, so 160 plus 25 is 185. And then we added a £3 more on for style of victory, ease of victory, call it what you want. I think most people would say that's probably arguably a little conservative in terms of what he can do. But we're looking forward next year. I mean, with a bit of luck, his stable companion Simon Sig will make progress, and there'll be a new kid on the block to take him on, and hopefully get him to an even higher figure. I'm sure he's capable of higher. It's just a question of getting the right opposition and the right conditions. And
the hurdlers, Hurricane Fly 175. You've rated him as the second. Is it the second highest 2-mile hurdler behind only Istabrack now? That's right. He's won countless Grade 1 races in Ireland. He's the first horse for goodness knows how many years since Comedy of Errors to regain the champion hurdle. And, you know, we've been very, very impressed with him this year. We have an interesting thing. Well, Noel O'Brien has a very interesting theory that he's actually arguably better in Ireland and that Cheltenham doesn't necessarily suit him. But he did pretty well in the champion hurdle this year, but Noel thinks he's even better when he runs in Ireland. OK, and on the flat, obviously Dawn Approach heading to Epsom a week on Saturday. I mean, he's obviously going to be up there in terms of the 3-odds, you would imagine, this season. What rating has he got at the moment? Dawn Approach, well, he's not technically our horse to deal with. He's the Irish, but if he was here, we'd give him 125. 125.
Yeah,
okay.
He was 124 as a 2-year-old. And we think he just improved by about £1 when he won the 2,000 guineas. I mean, the second horse is Gloria Waits. He's on 114. And my colleague Dominic Gardner-Hill assessed him as an £11 better performance than Gloria Waits. So okay. 125, that would be good enough to win an average derby. So he goes there with a pretty good chance. OK. Phil, many thanks for all that. Thank you for your time this morning. Pleasure.
And we'll speak to you again soon, hopefully. Thank you.
Yep, bye now.